The first generation that learned more words from a machine than from their mothers has a problem concerning the relationship between words and the body, between words and affection. I know that water is water because my mother, not a machine, told me this is water. I know that the signifier points to the signifying. My mother told me water, and I trust her body. What happens to the relation between language and desire when access to language is disconnected from the body? Okay. Added 8:35 p.m. today. Olga Thorsen, dear work. I have mixed feelings towards you. I was raised in a family that valued you highly, and I was quite young when we met the first time. I loved spending time with you. It made me feel important to have things to do. It wasn't until much later that I realized that not all work is the same and how differently you are valued. After I became a mother, we've spent much more time together, especially in my home. In fact, I feel like we're together most of the time, maybe apart from the time I sleep during night. Although you even have a way of squeezing yourself into my sleep. We've spent time together in different places, doing different things. Until now, the work I've been paid the most for was in a strip club, taking my clothes off and dancing naked. Making art has always been the worst paid and the most work.
All labor dematerializes. It passes from industrial abstraction of work to digital abstraction of world. We're not living in the Anthropocene. We're living in the Capitalocene, the historical era shaped by relations privileging the endless accumulation of capital. If communism has a goal, it is the great health of forms of life. This great health is obtained through a patient rearticulation of the disjoint members of our being in touch with life. Selbst wenn der Staat für die Mieten einspringt, springt er in erster Linie für den Profit der Immobilienwirtschaft ein. Die Mittel des Staates sind Steuereinkommen. Wir wollen den Profit der wahren Wohnung bestreiten. Labor, even in the skies of leisure, like primary repression, pervades every aspect of life in the form of a control, a permanent occupation of spaces and times regulated according to an omnipresent codec. One can live a whole life without experiencing anything by being very careful not to think and feel. Existence is then reduced to a slow process of degradation. It wears down and ruins instead of giving form. After the miracle of the encounter, relations can only go from wound to wound towards their consumption. Life, on the contrary, gradually gives form to whoever refuses to live beside themselves, to whoever allows themselves to experience. They become a form of life in the full sense of the term. Argument aus dem letzten Plenum. Der Profit aus der Miete ist Ausbeutung derjenigen, die wohnen müssen. Diesen Teil der Miete bestreiten wir. Wir zahlen ab jetzt nur noch, was unser Wohnen wirklich kostet. Vorschlag. Ich denke, es könnte solche verschiedene Aufrufe geben, die einen A new character is imparted to the planet by this powerful cosmic force. The radiations that pour upon the Earth cause the biosphere to take on properties unknown to lifeless planetary surfaces and thus transform the face of the Earth. In its life, in its death, and its decomposition, an organism circulates its atoms through the biosphere over and over again. Is it yet another brutal effect of late capitalist societies that love letters have been indefinitely shortened or exist only as kitschy echoes and shared links to one-sized pop songs, while business emails and logistical communication is flooding our electronic Dasein? Indeed, is turning our Dasein itself electronic and screen-based. How much time did you, the universal you, but also the you that you are, spend on e-communication aimed at optimizing the infrastructural flow of your institution and rendering to the institution invisible the state of emergency COVID-19 has suspended all of our bodies in? In that same period, how much time did you spend meandering, extending, and communicating, fertilizing and growing the love you feel for and share with those closest to you? Were the proportions notably different before the virus broke out? The Earth is moving towards its omega point, the ultimate unfolding of Earth consciousness embedded in more than human bodies, in spiritual connectivity with all forms of life, the noosphere.